As usual here on Advent Wrath, we're going to open up with a detailing of the location that inspired tonight's terror tale. Soaked in blood and foaming with a rancid froth, this lake was once the most pristine place for locals to swim. Waters clear, flowers in bloom, and fauna abound. The pond was a wonderful place to visit. Gaining access through special permissions only, I now sit before a swamp of hidden horrors. Echoes of the slain run rampant here, tampering a sinister secret within. Most places such as this were a dumping ground for murder victims, but this particular pond stands apart, with its victims being placed well before the pond was formed. The hydrogen cycle in this particular pond was particularly rampant. In the 10 years it took this pond to form, the decomposition of flora over and over failed to fill the depression and created through the flow of a natural creek, the pond the community would come to know and love. The flora grew high, the waters clear, the fish abound, and the memories cherished. Deep below them, a secret dwelled, lying in wait to pounce on the cherished memories of times past. It was always a mystery why the hydrogen cycle here was so profound, till that dreadful day when the pond was to be drained. Protest after protest for naught. Everyone attended and no one was prepared for what would come. Everyone ate from this lake, the fish being as plump and prideful as they were. Every child learned to swim here. Every adult relaxed here. It was a place of blissful unity. Camps came, schools came, many residents took their first steps here. Even the clouds seemed to part at the advent of this amazing place. Then finally, the day that all dreaded came. Against the greater wishes of the community, the pond was drained. Everyone in attendance waited with false hope and a false impunity, till it was revealed, after draining, that beneath the lake, the source of the advanced hydrogen cycle and pristine beauty was a hidden mass of 113 bodies. Sitting here, I contemplated the idea of irony and bitter revelation, which gave me the inspiration for tonight's gory tale. Without further ado, I present to you Myriad of Madness. Myriad of Madness. Dwelling in despair, I linger in the inescapable desperation of fervor-filled hope. The claws of a dimly lit rebellion grasp me in its insufficient hands, enticing me to foolish action. Our entwined souls rest upon the roost of bitter suffering in the myriad of madness. The dark looming hand of love guides me to damnation. How can one you love so dearly inspire such hatred? How can the warmth of love turn to cold blood? Inspired in the dreaded obsession of discovery, this impregnable force has engulfed my deluded reality. No matter how far I retreat, nor how well I hide, the creature finds me. Ever since I spilled her noble blood and scarred her delicate frame, the creature has hunted me. Perhaps for vengeance, perhaps pleasure, perhaps out of mere coincidence. I cannot be sure. The reason is moot, for I am hunted nonetheless. Within my heart dwells her memory and the pain of a lover betrayed and blemished. Betrayal guided her every whim, till revenge would drive a knife into her strangled gullet. It came from afar, ripping reality itself and stepping through the door of melted cosmos. As I covered the last of her remains, the shade-covered ground shook with the might of an ungodly fissure. Energy swirled into a sickening array of demented bliss, and through it stepped the thing that haunts my every step. Running through the dark, twisted wood, the ground rumbled with echoes of the creature's lingering might. I deeply, deeply regret my next action. In my complete and ignorant stupor, I turned to view the creature, and in doing so, forever burned the unspeakable image of the lumbering Leviathan into my psyche. Running through the wood, running through exhaustion, running through fear, I managed to escape, or perhaps that dreaded beast allowed me to do so. That thing stalked me across the Atlantic, across the Pacific, and across the Mediterranean. No matter where I ran, it followed. As I ran, her memory haunted me. As I slept, I dreamt of our long nights together, making strenuous love, melting into each other's sweaty frames. Then I remember what I saw. At times, she would be speaking and her eyes would dilate and move to impossible dimensions. Then, within them, I would see the tainted light of evil, or did I? Could my paranoia from her adultery have driven me to a permanent psychosis? There were times when I would see this light within the eyes of others. As for her connection to the creature, I can only speculate. Recently, I have begun to suffer visions of my wife entangled within the creature in a sickening display of sex and depravity. Have I finally snapped? More and more, I see the tainted light within the eyes of those I encounter. Are they connected? Perhaps. Perhaps they are the eyes of the creature leering, reporting, and waiting to behold my downfall. The creature has left me bizarre and horrid gifts as I awoke. Laid by the foot of my bed were limbs of a foreign nature, splintered and rigged with dark yellow scab-like blisters. The appendage appeared to be an arm, though I cannot be sure. At the end, the socket, if one can call it that, tiny white fibers were hanging out of the end with a thick blue substance dripping from them. That dreaded, tainted light! I now see it in the eyes of all that I see. Turning at impossible angles, the eyes of the world are upon me. At every angle, I am haunted and hunted. Sleep has become impossible till exhaustion would cradle me in the arms of a decadent lullaby. From within the tainted dreams of a madman, she taunts me. Slithering like a serpent, moaning like a harlot, she entangles herself within my darkest fears. With the tainted light, she guides me to the darkest fathoms of existence, luring me in with tainted promises of release. She strangles me, withering every bit of courage from my broken and bloody body. The Lord of the harvest has heard her final call, for he has been offered her sacrifice, and in its place wishes my flesh. Now he stalks me within the walls of mortal realm. I awaken to find a severed head pinned to my wall, smiling with glee at the realization of long death. The harvest has begun. Amongst the light carriers, I stray and stagger into the endless sea of their gaze. It sees me within them, and from them I am wilted. Why? Why doesn't this creature, this insufferable invader, just kill me? My mind is no longer my own. It belongs to the legions of the lost and to the musings of the damned. The doors of reality have opened, and from them the abomination, the harvester, has found me. It stalks me. It haunts me. It leaves me morbid gifts as it drives me into the unknown depths of insanity. This must end. By my own hand, I thought I could escape this beast, but as the echoes of gunfire fade into the distant memory of my mangled flesh, I awaken unharmed. It seems I shall not die till the harvester wishes it. Intoxication will only bring back the noble blood of my slain lover to haunt and humiliate me. A profound leap into desperation leads me back to her grave. The smell of her rotting allure invades my nostrils. Even here, she smells ever sweet, consuming the last of her discarded, disgraced diligence. I await my untimely doom. From beneath the soiled and muffled tones, I can hear her. He was better. I taste nothing within you, save for the dwindled heap of matured slaughter. Your seed lies tainted and useless within me. My rage lingers within her memory. The love, the hate swirls within the envious deceit of her pulsating bosom. His heart beats within me. You smother your seed as he screams. I willingly lay with death in protest to your flesh. Her memories haunt me. Curse her decayed tongue. She lies. She lies. In death and rot, she cannot be real. With bloody and dirty hands, I dig at the shallow grave as her withered hopes and dreams float about me. Reaching the bottom, I find not my former lover, but the withered dreams of fatherhood. Lying there, decayed and bloated, lies an infant of my own creation. it coos with the damnation of vengeance. My body shudders as my mind perceives images of my lover dancing, taunting me with pointed fingers. Into the grave your baby lay, into the depths you shall stay, into the breath you gave from the one you slayed. Her taunts combine with the wailing of my deluded seed, as they create a symphony of decadent judgment. At long last, the void of reality swirls, and from within, its ever-reaching shadow steps the harvester. At long last, the creature has come to take me away. Who would have thought that I would have longed for its murderous hand? The Titan stands above me, draped around it is the skin of my lover, and those of my kin. Their faces leer as their mouths taunt. What lies in his hand is the epitome of torture. The handle is made of a gruesome black twined bone. The top holds a sleeve made from the flesh of tortured mortals, and protruding from it is a jagged blade of vengeance, dripping with the taint of human sin. From the memories of man, this tale has reached you. Within the minds of our kind lingers the tales of the harvester, as they pass unwillingly from one human to the next. Fate has found me helpless and dead, for the harvester has come and I lay withered and ready, not as a human being, but as what I was always intended to be, nothing more than a peak harvest. Just a rotting, frightened, bloody, mangled crop ready for your consumption. And that was tonight's terror tale, The Myriad of Madness. Join us here at Advent Wrath for next week's terror tale. See you then.